It was late, and the city lights shimmered like stars on the wet streets. Ava hurried through the train station, clutching her coat tighter around her as the chilly evening air seeped in. She had missed her earlier train after a long day at work, and now she was left waiting for the last train home. The platform was nearly empty, except for a few tired commuters scattered along the benches. As Ava settled into a seat by the tracks, she noticed someone sitting just a few feet away. He looked just as tired as she felt, dark hair tousled, a worn leather jacket, and a distant gaze fixed on the tracks. The sound of the approaching train echoed through the station, but something in Ava made her glance back at the man. He seemed lost, not just in thought, but in something deeper. On a whim, she decided to strike up a conversation. "Long day?" she asked, her voice cutting through the quiet. He turned to her, surprised at first, then smiled softly. "You could say that," he replied. "You?" Ava nodded. "Missed my train. Happens too often." He chuckled. "Same here. Life moves fast, doesn't it?" They exchanged small talk, but as the minutes passed, their conversation deepened. His name was Ethan, and as they spoke, Ava felt a strange sense of familiarity, like she had known him for far longer than these few moments. There was something comforting in his presence. The train finally arrived, and they boarded together, finding seats side by side. As the train rattled through the darkened city, their conversation flowed like they were old friends. They talked about their jobs, their dreams, and their frustrations. Ava told Ethan about her love for photography, and he spoke about his passion for writing, how he'd lost his inspiration recently and hadn't been able to finish his latest novel. "You should show me some of your photos sometime," Ethan said, his eyes warm with genuine interest. "Maybe they'll inspire me." Ava smiled, feeling a flutter in her chest. "I'd like that." As the train neared Ava's stop, she felt an odd sense of reluctance. She didn't want this conversation to end. There was something about Ethan that made her feel understood, seen, in a way she hadn't felt in a long time. "This is me," Ava said softly as the train slowed down. "It was really nice talking to you." Ethan hesitated for a moment, then reached into his jacket pocket, pulling out a small notebook. He tore a page from it and scribbled something down before handing it to her. "My number," he said with a smile. "If you ever want to grab coffee or help me finish that novel." Ava laughed softly, taking the paper. "I might take you up on that." The train doors slid open, and Ava stepped off, her heart racing just a little. As she watched the train pull away, she realized something she hadn't felt in a long time, a sense of hope. Back home, Ava unfolded the paper, looking at the number written in neat handwriting. Below it, a single sentence was scribbled. "Sometimes the last train isn't the end, but the beginning."